Hallo en welkom hier so by Farm Space. Ons is hier by Amanzimtoti vandag. Ek is hier saam met Husqvarna. Ek praat met Keith. Hy het 'n klomp van hierdie battery masjiene en ja, doen 'n klomp landscaping werk ensovoorts. Kom ons vind 'n bietjie uit wat is sy ervaring tot dusver en hy het 'n klein huisie vol batterye hier. So klim hy, redelike klomp. So daar's al een ou in Suid-Afrika wat al weet van hoe dit in sy huis. So kom ons luister. Keith, how are you doing?
Well, thanks, Andre.
No, good. Right, tell me a little bit about yourself. I see you've got lava plastic behind you. Just tell me, what do you guys do on this side of the business?
Yeah, Andre, I've got two businesses. One of it is a recycling business, manufacturing a range of recycled plastic products. The company's called Lava Plastic. My other business is a business doing landscaping and horticultural maintenance, mainly for commercial businesses.
Yeah, so that's the one that we're more interested in this. Maar as een van julle 'n plastiek stoel soek, Lava Plastic, hy gaan vir julle uitsorg.
With pleasure.
Okay, so jy is een van die, as ek dit so kan stel, amper pioneers. Een van die eerste guinea pigs wat oorgegaan het op die batteryreeks van Husqvarna. Vertel my gou 'n bietjie, what was the logic behind that and why did you actually convert your whole fleet and what is it that you actually do with them?
I was traditionally a petrol machine operator. I used to use an opposition brand, and I had 14 brush cutters servicing my clients, going out every day. And recently, with the global fuel prices fluctuating like it was, I was looking for another solution to try and get away from the fuel issues and the maintenance issues on my machines. I was introduced to the Husqvarna brand and the battery brand specifically by one of the Husqvarna dealers, and lent me a demo machine, tried it out. I was very impressed with the machine, and slowly I've converted my whole petrol fleet over to the battery range in Husqvarna. From my push lawn mowers, my chainsaws, my blowers, pole pruner, brush cutters, everything converted over to battery.
So what's the first advantage in your mind? Why did you do that?
The first reason I converted over was probably a cost saving. I was looking at a cost saving on the battery, and at the time when I did my investigations, it was definitely beneficial for me to go over to battery rather than to stick on the fuel. When you factored in the two-stroke oil and the petrol and the maintenance in that machine, all the moving parts in the machine, the battery was the way to go. And definitely I've seen the benefits in converting over from fuel into battery.
How long was that ago that you basically converted?
It was probably about 8 years ago, I think, that I started
Yeah.
that journey.
So you were really basically pushing the envelope in terms of the first ones to do it. Because I mean, it's really only like the last 3 years that these things has been really coming through.
Yeah, I'm not sure if I was the first. I stand to be corrected on the 8-year side of things. I'm not sure how long they've been out, but yeah, a good many years ago. I couldn't tell you exactly when that I started it, but yeah, many years ago.
And if you look at all the benefits that you've had since, are you still happy with the decision that you've made?
I'm still very happy with the decision. It comes with some challenges. You need to understand how to run your fleet and how to run your business operation. Yeah. It's very different running with petrol machines where you drop off a jerry can with the staff and they cut for the whole day with a jerry can. You need to understand how your machines operate and what you can do with those machines. Different machines have different capabilities. So it's a different way of managing the business, but yes, I'm very happy.
So there is definitely, on the logistical side, you just need to think a little bit different in terms of how to do it.
For sure.
And what is the system that you found that works best for you?
What I found on the brush cutters is that to try and run on battery in a verge cutting cycle type of environment where you drop off a team in the morning and you come and fetch them in the afternoon, that's not going to work. That's not going to work. Unless you've got a lot of batteries that the guys have got to carry with them to sustain that machine for the whole day, that's not the answer.
And you're saying a verge cutting, meaning long grass and those type of things?
Correct.
Not just like maintenance, taking the tops off and so
Not just
forth.
manicured lawns where you're just trying to trim the top off it. I'm talking about verge cutting, thick grass, industrial kind of settings. For that, my advice would be stick to a petrol machine.
Yes. Get a petrol machine, high horsepower, clear 100%. It out, and then you can come over with the batteries.
Once it's maintained, and you can keep it maintained for sure, then stick it out with the batteries. If you're talking about manicured lawns where you're cutting it regularly, in KZN over here, the grass grows very, very quickly, so you need to cut probably twice a month to keep your customer happy, then fair enough, your battery is the answer.
So basically what happens then, because we were talking and you're saying, right, the one machine that you use for maintenance, it hasn't got enough power to do those thick grasses.
Correct.
There is another machine that you can do it, but then you drain the battery within too soon. And then, then you're basically, it becomes a logistical problem. And also these machines are not necessarily made to do that. It can, but it's not made to do that. So then it's better to just get 1 or 2 petrol machines in, do the hard grafting with those, and then afterwards you come in with the batteries.
For sure, it's just the logistics. Husqvarna has got the range of battery machines to be able to tackle those kind of big, heavy clearing projects. But your battery life, with that machine working as hard as it is very, very reduced. So
because at the end of the day also, because the sooner I drain a battery, that's a cycle. Correct. Every time I put it on the charger, it's a new cycle.
It's a new charge cycle.
And that's also one of the things. It's better to run the battery flat and then charge it again.
Charge it fully.
Because every time is a charge cycle. If you just go and run it for 5 minutes, then put it on the charger, you've lost the cycle.
Correct, 100%. 100%.
And that reduces your battery life. Okay, and then just in terms of how do you work currently with your with the operators and everything? What is your logistics behind this? Standard practices? How many batteries do you give them? How long do they last? And how do you make sure that you get the maximum out of your products?
So if you look at a brush cutter operator, you're not going to get more than 6 hours actual physical grass cutting out of that operator in a day. If you do your proper stats and you analyze your work time of the operator. So 6 hours, I looked at 6 batteries. Each battery BLI 300 is going to last me just under an hour. So I send out each operator with 6 batteries in the morning. He's got it in a little carry bag. He keeps those batteries with him. He takes his machine out. Those batteries should see him through the full day's cutting. As those batteries start to age, it's not that the battery stops working, it just doesn't last as long. So as those batteries are aging, I've noticed that possibly some of those batteries need to come in for a charge just to keep him going for the rest of the day. And that's how I operate that business at the moment. My corporate clients where I've got operators on site, they have their own dedicated charger on there. They have 2 or 3 batteries and their own charger where they've got a power source. And as those batteries run flat, they go and charge them on their charger and continue cutting. So that's how it works on the sites, and I'm finding it works very, very well for me. I don't have to worry about running and getting a flat battery and recharging it for the guys, taking it back out. So logistically, it works well for me on the sites.
So, and if I understand you correctly, the batteries work, they've got their place, it's horses for courses, but you need to understand the logistics behind that, and it will be different for every business. Every guy needs to make sure that they understand where it fits in and how it will fit in at the end of the day. And as we progress and technology gets better, I mean, these things just get better and better with time. So at the end of the day, you can recommend Husqvarna's battery range, am I correct?
Yes, definitely. There's been a lot of benefits for me. Straight away, if you take away the maintenance on your machines, you've got no moving parts in the machine, or very little moving parts in the machine. It's a couple of cables, connections onto a motor. So the maintenance side of things, there's no fuel filter, air filter, there's no spark plug, there's no pull start, there's no accelerator cable, there's none of that maintenance side of things.
And I didn't put any 2-stroke in the petrol.
100%, we've all had those issues. So there's also no petrol theft. There's no value to it. Fortunately, at the moment, being one of the first ones in the industry, there's no real value to those batteries at the moment, so I've had no hassles with that. Also, the machines are light. They feel like toys in your hands. There's no weight to it whatsoever. It's easy for the guys to swing, easy for them to carry, easy to work. Very, very light. So there's no aluminium casting in it, which makes it very, very heavy and unwieldy. It feels like a toy in your hands, but very, very easy to utilize. Very light, very easy for the staff. Yeah, very, very easy to use.
Right, so dit is Keith van Lava Plastic en hy doen ook daai klomp verskillende goede wat die brushcutters, grassnyers, ek dink so al die goed wat hulle hardloop op dieselfde batterye. Ja, hy's al 'n rukkie in die game en soos hy sê, besigheid maak geld. Hy het sy uitdagings. Dis nie net maanskyn en rose nie, so moet nou nie net gaan dink okay, right, dis al die moeilikheid verby nie. Dit bly maar 'n arbeidsintensiewe besigheid met sy uitdagings kom. So ja, maar dit is van die Husqvarna batteryreeks af. So as jy belangstel, linkie bo of hieronder en kan jy met hulle in kontak kom. Dis hier van Farm Spice af tot volgende keer. Groete.